All right, guys, I'm going to do a short video here, do a little before and after, because I'll find out when I make this video how impressed I actually am. I got a nasty old cedar deck that really needs some refinishing. And so I've got Valspar all-in-one wood prep. I have done probably 20 boards so far, and I'm very impressed with it. It's just cleaning up real nice, and it's just making the wood really bright and clean looking. It's not bringing out a ton of like true redwood color, but that's okay. I'm just really happy with the way it's cleaning stuff up. Then my hopes are pretty high that this 4-year protection on deck Valspar transparent. I opted against the semi-transparent because I didn't want something thick and like artificial looking. I want to try and pull out the natural color of the cedar deck that I've got here. This is cedar natural tone, so we'll see when it's all said and done. What I've opted to do here is dump this into a 5-gallon bucket, just a few inches at a time, so I have enough to dip in. And I've opted to use the bristle brush, but they say you can also use a sprayer or a roller. I wanted to like kind of grind in some of them nasty spots with some of the mold and mildew and really get the black out, and this is working great. If you know from any of our other videos, we live way off grid, way off the road system. And if I would have thought in advance to go along with this stuff that I bought when I was in town, I should have had a nicer bristle brush flown out here. But off-grid problems, no big deal. I'm making do with this, getting some elbow grease and working my arms as I do some prep work here. So let's do a little bit of the process, but mostly I want to see some before and after. The instructions say to do no more than 5 to 10 boards at a time. So after I'm done doing that, I don't want the stripper to completely dry, so I spray it off. And I don't have any flowers or shrubs close to the deck, so I'm not in danger of the wood prep actually killing the plants, but it does recommend that you saturate the grass if you think it's been exposed to the wood prep. I've also got this nice deck squeegee, so I'm gonna try and speed up the drying process by getting as much surface water off there as I can. One has the wood prep applied to it, and this one here does not. And so you can just see that mildew or whatever kind of stuff is just showing up in there. It really turns black when the boards are damp. So I'm gonna change my method here. Number one, I think the bristle brush was working fantastic, and I would probably prefer do that. The other thing is just the timeline of scrubbing 6 to 10 boards at a time, waiting, rinsing it is taking a while. So I'm going to try this. Don't know if I'm going to be as happy with it, but I think it's going to save me a lot of time. And also for this video, we'll be able to see a little side-by-side comparison if you want to really get some scrubbing action and pull out that black, or if this is actually going to do it. So I guess we'll find out together. All right, so I don't know how well this is going to pull out that old black mildewy color. So I'm going to let this sit for a good 15 minutes before I spray it off, and we'll see that apples to orange comparison. I scratched the roller idea pretty fast. I'll let you know why. Right here are about 10 boards that I did with the roller. And I don't know if you can really tell with the camera, but I just noticed enough difference that I just wasn't happy with it. So now I'm back down on my hands and knees. I got hot spots, blisters forming from pushing hard on that bristle brush. But I'm just, I think it's going to pay off. I would recommend a bristle brush. I don't see a roller really helping me here to bring that true cedar color back. Now I do have to point out a couple things. Number one, my deck is over 20 years old. So I'm not going to expect this Valspar product to just work miracles and make this look brand new. And you have to keep that in mind. Number two, the jug of wood prep says 150 to 250 square feet per gallon. That jug is 2 gallons. So it should do about 500 square feet. I did a couple rough measurements. My deck is 50 by 12, just under 50 by 12. So little calculations up to over 570 square feet. I'm really pushing my luck with the 500 square foot per 2-gallon jug. And I can't just go fly back into town and get more. So I'm lucky that they're a little liberal on their estimate, knowing that I have a little bit left over. I will be able to finish it. All right, guys, so that portion in the time lapse took me about an hour. I wanted to point out that when I was shaking the 5-gallon bucket, I thought it was gonna be like water. And I know that doesn't make much sense, but I was happy to find out that this is like a really milky substance. So it's going on real nice, real thick. So not bad for 20-year-old boards that have seen a lot of better days. I think if you were to buy brand new cedar from the lumber yard, this is going to look amazing. So if you are watching this video months or years after June of 2020 and you want to know what this deck looks like, hit me up. I'm happy to answer questions. Just email me at bramontebrothers@gmail.com. I'll put it somewhere on the screen, and I'll also put a link in the description. I'll try to leave a link in the description to the exact products I used, and then you can go from there on stuff that you want to use. But you get a good idea of what this is going to look like, and I'm happy with it. So I think we'll end the video there. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.
Bramonte Brothers.